and driven sound. There is always a light, has everything you want in an indie rock track. Jangly guitars, thumping bass and hard-hitting drums and a vocal that's smooth as silk. This is Civic Green and there is always a light. There we go. That's Civic Green with There's Always a Light. Absolutely fantastic. At least it played all the way through and it didn't jump, which, it's I put that down as a success at this point, to be honest. But that's absolutely fantastic tune. So thank you very much, guys. Thanks for sending it over. And we're going to look for the Swears track and we're going to try and see if we can squeeze that in somewhere else during the show. So don't worry, guys. We will be doing our very utmost to get that in. So we're going to go to a little break in a moment, but we'll be back with some more with DDEs, and we also have the Suave Martyrs interview that you don't want to be missing. It's a great little interview, and we had a really good laugh with the guys, and it's cracking little interview, and find out loads of things that's going on. So we'll be back in a couple of moments. Don't go anywhere. Back in 2.
The Premium Blend Radio Show.
There you go, that is the DDEs with Cherry Soul, and they're another product of the Manchester music scene called the DDEs, and absolutely fantastic. The DDEs are an up-and-coming indie rock and roll band with their sleeves rolled up and ready to take on anyone who's up for it. They released a monster of an EP called Calm Before the Storm, with 4 tracks designed to get your toes tapping with face-melting riffs and haunting melodies. It's certainly one for your collection. It's absolutely outstanding. So yeah, go and check it out, folks. A nice one, guys. Thanks for sending it over. So from one awesome Manchester band to another, as we caught up with Suave Martyrs earlier in the week to have a little chat about their new single, how they came up with a name for such a fantastic band name, and how they've managed to recruit a new member during lockdown. So this is this week's interview with Suave Martyrs. This week we caught up with Suave Martyrs. They were a Manchester band, 5-piece. Originally were a 4-piece, but we'll talk about that in a moment. So I'd like to introduce Suave Martyrs. Hi guys, how you doing?
You all right?
Hello. How's it going?
Would you like to all introduce yourselves? Obviously, one at a time, if that's okay.
I'm Brad, the lead singer, and next up is...
Sam, I'm the guitarist.
Oh, this is going terribly, this.
I'm Biscuit, I'm the drummer.
I'm Ben,
Stuart,
from
the bass
guitarist,
guitarist.
backing vocals.
Stuart, bass guitarist.
Ben, from guitarist, backing vocals.
Awesome, we got there in the end. There was 4 of you, so you've brought in Brad as your new member. How did that come about?
Yeah, so we were trying to do the 2 guitar thing, and then me and Ben were splitting the vocal, and we kind of looked at each other and decided that if we wanted to do what we wanted on guitar, then we needed someone in to come and take care of the singing, really. And then we had got Brad in to add to it, and then we're going to try and keep us all singing and get some like 3-part harmonies down and basically utilise it moving forward.
So is this a new sound for Suave Martyrs then?
Indeed.
Yeah, I think definitely like a little bit more interested with us not having to concentrate so hard on the singing.
So it's another string to the bow, isn't it? When you think about it, like the bits that we'll be able to add with Brad's vocals now, and like Sam said, there, 3-part harmonies, it'll probably take us to another level, but it gives us that sort of range and like flexibility if we want to like throw bits like that, and then we can do, so to speak.
So how have you guys found lockdown? Because obviously, you've obviously released a couple of singles. Did you record those pre-lockdown or during lockdown? How did that all come about?
It was a bit of a mixture on that one. So we were really lucky actually, because we managed to get in the weekend we went had booked recording was about 2 weeks before lockdown started, or maybe just a week actually.
It was the last weekend.
Was it last weekend? Yeah. So we got really lucky actually. So we just about got everything recorded minus vocals for the singles that are coming out later on in the year. And then Straight A's, which was the first one, that was done kind of between us at home, sending each other bits and bobs. But yeah, we kind of been really lucky with the recording side of things actually.
And just out of interest, are you going to put Straight A's on Spotify?
Well, we keep being asked actually, so it's something that might have to happen. We've had a few messages saying it needs to go on.
Because ideally it will sound fantastic on my playlist, and obviously it's because I put you so quite high up on the chart, and not to have that track on there, it's a fantastic track.
It could be something we could look at, because we've got a single coming out in September, but we could have it as a little kind of Easter egg, kind of pre-September, just to keep everyone interested.
Who wrote that? Where did the idea of that come from?
That was Biscuit, wasn't it?
It wasn't just my project. It was a whole thing that everyone had involvement in. But it was something that I started off because I kind of produced stuff on my laptop anyway. So kind of other stuff side to the band, and it was kind of a project I was working on. But I took it to the band, and they made it Suave Martyrs. So it was a great thing.
And is it from personal experience?
Yeah, I used to work the festival scene, and it was just writing about how so many different people kind of go around and chat about how they want to save the world and do all this stuff, but then as soon as they stop drinking, it's back to normal. So it was just kind of about that really, and the experiences I've had, experience friends have had, and then just kind of seeing lots of people and how people live their lives. But it also, like, the part of the reason it didn't go on Spotify first of all is because the song is very much to match with the video, because the video explains kind of the angle of it. Which is kind of what the whole project was about.
It is a fantastic track. And I thought it was, it was just absolutely outstanding. You've also now just released a new track, Footsteps. Would you like to talk about that?
Well, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, someone open their mouth.
We recorded it literally the weekend before the lockdown came about. We recorded that, thankfully, and I've took it away and recorded the vocals in weeks to come in my own time in the garage. And yeah, it's come together really well. Dean did some great mixes on it. I think we did bug in for about 7 to 8 mixes. But we got there in the end, and it sounds amazing, and we've got more to come. That's fire.
I think with this one, because we didn't set a deadline to have it done by, not like we've done with our previous ones, we could kind of take our time with it and nurture it a bit, which Brad said there when we were having talks about different mixes and what with Brad. So we've kind of like got it to the point where it's perfect and then said, right, now it's ready kind of thing. So it's kind of gives us a bit more freedom and not rushing around and feeling like the pressure of it. It's like when it's done kind of thing, and then it's good to go.
And what's the story behind the track, the message in the track?
It's about a stalker, isn't it? So
I was reading a lot of kind of Angela Carter gothic stuff, and then I kind of took the kind of mood from that. It's not, I didn't have anything specific in my head, but more that kind of like kind of feeling and like the kind of mood you want to get from the lyrics, and then Ben's attached his own meaning to it, so we're going to go with that one.
Yeah, I tell everyone when we're doing gigs it's about Purple Aki. I don't know if you know about Purple Aki down south. I think it's a bit of a northern thing. But he's,
I've never heard of it, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a bloke. He got sent to prison for stalking a rugby team, and he like goes up to. I think he's living in Leeds now, but he goes up to people and asks if he can feel the biceps and stuff. So he's a bit of a strange character, let's just say. He's well known. He's a bit of a legend up in the north, anyway. So,
would you like to introduce your new track, and we'll give it a spin on the show now, as we played it last week, but it's so good, and you're here doing the interview. I'm happy to play it again.
Also, Stu, do you want to go for it?
yeah, this is Footsteps.